Hello and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode on GTA 5 with Mac Daddy playing a round of sumo. I mean, this is a fantastic fun game mode. It seems, let's say, we've got two orange supercars against two off-road trucks. It seems a little bit tough for the trucks because, well, you see, the supercars are quite good at scooping, and it is a very impressive pit maneuver that sees the pink team's vehicle dumped off the arena. That is the downside of the extra kind of ground clearance, if you like. Sticking with GTA 5, we are trying to get away from some police here, and well, it's not a bad idea, actually, to drive into the subway tunnels. However, you never know when there might actually be a train heading towards you and there isn't a huge amount of clearance. The Fusillade manages to bounce and get around it, but is caught by some railings and it is now stuck. It was almost amazing. That was almost an amazing loop around the train, but not quite. Not quite. WRBL up next on Cyberpunk 2077 is driving a big off-road truck. We saw what happens with the supercars when they go near these, and sure enough, it works on Cyberpunk as well. The supercar acts as a ramp, the truck bounces around, climbs over a railing, and falls over. It does land on its wheels and doesn't quite end up in the drink, but still. Turns out supercars beat trucks. Chummy Chow next on Forza Motorsport 7 with not how you start a race. Everything did spawn on the grid initially, but some things have got teleported into the pit lane in a very weird manner, and now the game's trying to put them all in the same pit box. And funnily enough, about 6 cars don't fit on the same pit box. One got kind of spat out and around. I think this is a slightly different race, and it's still the same problem. We've actually got, is that a Devora spinning around on its nose? I'm not actually sure what car that is, spinning on top of the... We've got Porsche climbing on a Devora, we've got a car spinning around, another Porsche got into the pits actually and had to stop. That's just not how any of the physics is supposed to work at all there. Volvo Brickfan is up next on BeamNG Drive, running at fairly high speed off-road, clips a bump a little bit wrong, and sure enough, the truck is going to go for a big tumble. It loses a front wheel in all of this, as it's still tumbling. Amazingly though, lands back on its wheels, pointing the right direction, and can carry on. It doesn't normally, you don't normally get away with that sort of stuff in Beam. You really don't. As our next clip is going to go and prove, and this is an awful lot more speed, admittedly, in a Formula 1 car. Going for a high-speed run turns in a smidge too much, and that's a lot of spiralling, rolls and twists, and that's not going to land on its wheels and carry on. This one, no. It's going to smack into the cliffside and end up in the drink. That's more like it. That's more like it. We move on to Wreckfest for our next clip, playing around with a car cannon. Of course, this is going to wreck vehicles. It is the whole point of it at the end of the day, and sure enough, the vehicle gets launched out. However, you don't expect it to be the most impressive Flatmobile I've ever seen. The wheels are the highest point on this vehicle. It is really quite impressive, actually, to have got a car to that level of damage to have the wheels at... as the highest point. We've seen some Flatmobiles in the past, but never anything quite like that. We move next on to Dirt 5 with some kind of rallycross racing. The Lancia here gets a slightly bigger jump than the Porsche, lands on the roof. Physics decides to launch the Lancia up into the grandstand and over and out of it. Dirt does reset the cars quite quickly for crashes like that, but still... It's impressive bounce managing to get it launched into the crowd. Hello there is up next on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now, they are driving along probably a little bit too fast for this road as they take the corner. It's a little too tighter a corner. The truck's on its side. An AI car gets unbelievably lucky. There is an AI driver out there needing some new underwear from that one. Recovered the truck, but yeah, that's definitely not how things are supposed to go. Vero's Throne is up next on a bus simulator. We have another simulator here. Also barreling along probably a little bit too quickly for the bus here. As they come up towards a junction, an AI car is pulled out. They can't stop in time. It does launch the bus up, but that gets reset. It's the AI car that you can see in the distance actually gets flung into the water. A bad day for that AI car. Go for it up next on SnowRunner with, well... kind of what you expect from SnowRunner. For some reason, somehow, this truck has got stuck in a bridge. I don't know whether the truck was there when the bridge was built or quite what's gone on. Regardless, the wheels are stuck kind of below the bridge, and there we go. It gets itself free eventually with the help of some winch, and it's just doing its normal SnowRunner-y thing. And, I mean, that's kind of what you expect when things go wrong in SnowRunner, just trucks flying around. Thrust Turtle, though, is up next with an unusual moment. Now, the trucks are difficult to drive on this game, and if you're going a little bit fast, you can sometimes get these weird tank slappers that get you stuck. Well, I have a spin. You don't normally end up managing to perfectly Austin Powers your truck, kind of jackknife your truck, in fact, across the road in such a way that you can't really move it. Yeah, we're used to the trucks flinging about around in the sky. We're not so used to just a stuck truck. And the best bit is there was no real easy winch points. After a lot of shuffling around and just managing to get the truck in range to winch it to a lamppost a little bit further back. I mean, this clip was about 3 minutes long of trying to rescue this rather stuck vehicle. A helpful bit of winching does manage to get the vehicle free in the end, without it being pinged around into orbit, I might add. And there we go, the truck can carry on. But that is the dangers of trying to go quickly on this game. It is really easy to just lose control of the vehicles and have silly accidents, but that is quite an impressively stuck one. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.